we've all had tough projects, right? This is especially nowadays, projects are getting more complicated. Building systems are more complicated. Schedules are condensed, often multi-phase, environmental impacts, these kind of things. We've all had projects that are challenging, right? Sometimes they don't go well. So what percentage or what amount of that would you attribute to either a lack of pre-planning or not enough pre-planning when building these complex jobs? Go ahead, Brent.
Well, firstly, I guess let's define a tough project as one that loses time and cost, because normally those things go hand in hand if they happen. Looking at it from my side, we've got up to 50 trades to manage on a job, and it seems like if a job runs over time, around 35% of the time, that's because one or more major trades you wouldn't expect to fail have failed either by way of manpower shortage or late procurement and delivery of their major equipments or financial capacity problems. And a lot of our work is vertical construction, so the schedule issues of one trade can very quickly affect the others. That's a little over a third of the time. Another quarter of the time, it's really that the design of the project hasn't quite caught up to the construction, in the sense that we've been asked to start the job when design wasn't ready, and ultimately through the construction they never did catch up in terms of the job being then built primarily off RFI responses and site instructions. Of course, that goes along with all of the scope changes, haggling over trade change orders, owner change orders, schedule extensions for the added scope to get built. And really, part of that, I guess, is 3D coordination that didn't happen, but with regard to the consultant side. On some jobs, the planning's not comprehensive enough. Occasionally, that'll be logistics, choices of equipment maybe not being sufficient for the job, like single hoist cab on a job that needed two, or sometimes it's on the contracting side, work scopes between the trade contracts, or not prioritizing the procurements enough to get the really key items dealt with early. On the site operations side, and from a planning standpoint, if there's turnover in the supervision, then the understanding and buy-in to the original planning of the project site itself may become lost. And there's also a lot of difficulties with sequencing and organizing of the trade crew size requirements. And so that kind of accounts for maybe collectively 85% of it. Another 10% of it is issues we might have with the client side itself. Delays from job permits upstream from them is the majority of that, municipal issues, but also late owner supplied items, or sometimes failure for the owner to get neighbor permissions for the project overswing and underpinning. So that's kind of how it breaks down for me. But really on the planning and logistics side, maybe that's about a quarter of it. And if you add in the design coordination that never really happened, that's another quarter of it. So about half of it really is boils down to not enough planning, whether it was by the consultants or by us or whomever, but not enough planning definitely factors in. And any hour spent in planning is worth 3 or 5 or more hours of safe time later.